Understood or not? There you said selection mode as multi. Right now, here also, we need to set the property. What is the property? Command type as. What is the default command type? You know, the default command type is a text. The default command type is text. Text means SQL statement. We need to change the value to stored procedure. See, by default, the selection mode is a single. We need to change to multiple. Same way, default command type is text. Change to stored procedure. Change to stored procedure. Okay. We will talk about this in detail when I explain you calling stored procedures. Otherwise, for the time being, we don't require the command type. What you need to understand is only command text and connection object. Is it clear, all of you? Well, guys. And now look at the methods. 3 methods are there. What are the 3? Execute scalar, execute non-query. There are 3 methods here, guys. Execute reader, execute scalar, execute. Yesterday in connection, we have 2 methods now. Open, close. Here 3 methods. Execute reader, execute scalar, execute non-query. And what I'm showing you there is the return types. Execute reader. What is the return type? Data reader. Execute scalar. What is the return type? Object. Execute non-query. Return type is integer. And read the note below. After creating the instance of, just a minute, the instance of command class, okay. If we want to execute the SQL statement or call the stored procedure, we need to call any of the above three execute methods based on the SQL statement. What is this, sir? Actually, what is it telling, you know? You created a command object here, you passed an SQL statement. Then, based on the statement, you require to call these methods now. Now, this will be confusing for us. What is confusing? Yesterday we discussed like call the open method, connection will open, call the close method, connection will close. But what is this telling you? Call any of these 3 methods, it is telling you. Call any of these 3 methods. Now, the confusion will be, sir, 3 methods are there, call any of the 3 methods means which method should I call? That is confusing now. Yes or not? You purchased a machine. The machine has 3 start buttons. Now we'll be in a dilemma now. Which start button should I click now? Which start button, if I click, what will happen? Yes or not? If there's only 1 start button, confidently you'll go and click. But we're showing you 3 start buttons, 1 in red color, 1 in blue color, 1 in green color. Now we are confused. What is it? Which button to click? Correct? Same way, 3 execute methods are there. Telling you call anyone. How should I decide what to call? Let me tell you. This is all based on the statement you are writing. This is all based on the statement you are writing. Okay. Tell me the statements we have. 1. Select. Correct? Select is basically called as a query. Second one, insert, update, delete. And remember, all these 3 are called as non-query. So understand, your SQL statements are divided into 2 types. Query, non-query. Query means select. Non-query means insert, update, delete. All these are called as non-query. Now answer my question. If I apply a query on a table, what will I get? What result will I get? Select star from table name. What will you get? You will get the result in the form of rows and columns table. Yes or not? One option, you will get the data in the form of rows and columns. But don't forget one thing here, always you don't get rows and columns. Sometimes you can write a query to get single result also. Like say balance inquiry. Will it give you rows and columns? One value. What is that? Balance. Okay, you want to know the highest salary table. One only, na? Lowest salary in an employee table. One only. They're all basically called a single value. Means there is another option also. What is it? Single value result. Okay. Now tell me, when I use a insert or update or delete, will I get any result back? All of you, most of you learned SQL 7. When you write an insert statement, are you getting any result? Tell me. To tell you now. One row inserted. Yes or not? What it tells you? The number of rows inserted. If you write update, number of rows updated. When you write it delete, means all the three are telling you a result. You know one thing? What are you telling you? The number of rows affected. The number of rows affected. Are you clear? Now watch carefully. If you want to execute a select statement now, and that select statement is going to fetch you the data in the form of rows and columns. Careful. If you want to execute a select statement and the select statement is going to fetch you the data in the form of rows and columns, then the method you should use is execute reader. What is the method? Execute reader. You'll be questioning, why, sir? Because execute reader method is going to return you a data reader. Return type is data reader. Data reader is a class capable of holding the data in a table format now. The data reader is a class now, and this class is capable of holding you the data in a table format. Means the data reader will hold you the data in the rows and columns format for you now. Did you guys understand me or not? What is that? Execute reader. This method will execute a multi-value select statement. Means rows and columns of data, and loads you the data into the data reader, and the data reader will hold you in a table format now. Okay, now next, your intention is to execute a select statement that fetches you single value result. Single value. When you say single value, the question arises. So single value, but which type? Integer, double, float, string, which type? There is confusion now. But it is single value. Are you clear? Do you remember in the starting classes I said you scalar types and complex types? Scalar means single. No, understand. Single value result. The method name is matching here. See. Execute scalar. What is the return type? Object. Why object? Excuse me. Why object? You're telling a single value. Which type? Who knows? It can be string, it can be double, it can be boolean, it can be integer, datetime, any value it can be. That is why object. You know that if you don't know the correct return type, you will always use object. With indexers classes, I explained this concept to you. When you don't know exact return type, what you should use? Object. Now see, the return type is object here. So understand, a single value result. What is the method? Object. Now, insert update. What do we call them? Array method name is matching. See, execute non-KV. What is the return type? Array, you're expecting the same only, man. Number of rows affected. Number of rows affected means integer only, na? That is what. So, which method should be called is based on the statement you're executing. Okay. So, read that. You'll understand it. Select means query. Rows and columns. Call execute reader. Single value result, call execute scalar. Insert, update or delete. Non-query. What it returns you? Number of rows affected. Call execute non-query. Matching, see, this is a non-query. This is also non-query now. For querying only, we have two methods. What is it? This is for multi-value. This is for single value. That's it. So did you understand how to send a statement to the database and execute now? With the help of command class. So first what you require to do, you require to create a command class instance. Pass the statement either as a constructor parameter or a property. Finally, call the method. Which method? Execute reader or execute scalar or execute non-query. What will happen? The statement will execute now. What will happen? The statement will execute now. Are you getting me? And once the statement execution is completed, results will come back. What you require to do? Capture the result. That is the third step, right? What is the third step? Capture the result. Yes or not? In the first case, how do you capture the result? Data reader. In the second case, how do you capture the result? Object. In the third case, how do you capture the result? Integer. Did you understand me? Array, till now I explained you third step only, man. Read it. I explained you that only till now. What did I explain you? Capturing the results. Capturing the results. How to capture the results? Capture in a data reader or object or integer. If it is a execute non-query, integer. Is execute reader, data reader. Execute scalar, object. That only explained you till now. Are you getting me? Shall we try now? We'll try this. Actually, to try this, you need a database, you need a table with some data in the table and all. Okay. We did not create any database on our own. I'll do one thing. I will upload you a script file on the Google Classroom, download the file and execute. And when you execute the file, simple, double click and execute the file. It will create you a database and a set of tables for your own SQL server. Are you getting me? Actually, Microsoft provides this database as a sample database, actually, for all. It's a free download here. But where to download is a confusion for you. I'll upload in the Google Classroom, download from there. Simply what you do is double click on the file and execute. That will open in the Management Studio and will create you a database with a set of tables and rows. All the code is present already. First, let us try. In the next example, we will create our own database, our own tables and try. Okay, now? So, where is it? Audio. Yes. This is a database, what it creates to you. What is the file? SQL file. SQL file means your SQL Server files actually. See, it's showing you Microsoft SQL query file there is. What is the database it will create, Northwind. The database is Northwind. Actually, this is provided by Microsoft only. I did not create this, provided by Microsoft only for a testing purpose. They give you this sample database. Okay. So simple process here. Double click on the file. Download onto your machine. Double click on the file. When you double click on the file, it opens to you under the SQL Server Management Studio. Provide the credentials and login. Provide the credentials and login. Opening, wait. Provide your credentials and login. 2 times it will ask you, guys. 2 times it will ask you. Okay, now? Simply click on execute button here. Simply click on the execute. Completed. Come on. Now open the Object Explorer and go to your databases. You should find the database now. Are you clear? Once again, I'm showing you. Delete. Database is deleted. See. Again, what do you do? Execute. Nothing, like it is telling you the connection is broken. We deleted now. That's it is telling you the connection is broken. Nothing. One more time, double click and reopen. Okay. Click on execute. Open the Object Explorer. Watch. Right click. Refresh. It has a set of tables also. Sample tables to practice. Clear? Whenever I'm showing you presenting data, I will use this Northwind. Whenever I'm showing you inserting, updating, and deleting, we will work on our own tables now. Are you clear? For this, we'll use Northwind. For others, we'll use our own tables. Okay. So let us use this Northwind database now. So here, there is a table called customers table here. There is a table called as a customers table. Okay. Select star from customers. Nearly some 91 records are there in the table. 91 records are there in the table with different columns. And I don't want all these columns here. I will pick a few columns from the table. One, customer ID. I want the contact name. Contact name. Next. I want a city. postal code, country, phone. Okay, 6 columns, guys. 6 columns. I'm fetching only the 6 columns. Clear? Now, what is my requirement? I want to connect with Northwind. Yesterday, we connected with master, not master. Let's connect with Northwind. After connecting with Northwind, we will send this SQL statement to the database, pull the data, load into data reader. Once the data loaded in the data reader, I want to display the data to the user on the screen in a table format. In a table format. Are you guys clearer or not? Understood the requirement? Okay, let's wait. Let's open our project. DB examples, right? Okay. Let me add a web form. Give a name for it. For a better understanding, I'm giving a meaningful names. What is your database? What is your table? What are you trying to do? Select. Let's give the names like this. Tomorrow it will be easy for you to just go through them. Okay, Northwind database, customers table, select is what I'm doing. Come on. Let me take the view code. Tell me now. I want to connect to SQL server now. What shall I use? ODBC, OLDB, SQL client. I'm putting the options before you. Choose the best. Why? It's the faster. So better option is SQL client now. Come on, let's use it. Using data.SQL client. Okay now? Now let's come to the page load event. First step, create a connection object. Come on, guys, tell me the connection string. Data source is equals to server. Database is equals to Northwind is the database now. Yes, the master. Next. User ID is equals to SA. Password is equals to. Are you clear? Your server name is server, your database is Northwind, your user ID is SA, your password is 123 because you're in a SQL connection, no need to write the provider name. If you use a OLDB connection, you require to use a provider name. Okay, now, next, second step, create a command object now. Create a command object. SQL command. CMD is equals to new SQL command. Remember the 2 parameters. First parameter, your SQL statement. This is the SQL statement we want to execute now. Let me copy. Paste here. Second parameter is the connection object created in the first step. We need to bind the connection and command here. These cannot be separate. We need to link them. Then only all the things will happen now. Connection and the command should be bound with each other. How do you bind? Pass the connection object here. Okay, now. Tell me what are the 3 steps? What are the 3 steps to perform a database operation? First step. Tell me in what I said to you guys. Establish a connection. Yesterday I said to you now 3 steps. What is first step? Con dot. I'm establishing the connection. See. I'm establishing the connection now. Second step. Send a request for execution, sending a SQL statement for execution now. Am I correct? CMD dot execute reader. Multi-value select statement now. So what is the method? Execute reader. Second step, sending a request now. Now this request will execute now and the results come back now. What should I do? Capture the result. Shall I? SQL data reader DR is equals to capturing the results now. See now, first step. Second step, send a statement for execution. Third step, capture the result. Now see guys, once execution is completed, DR will contain the results in it now. Where is the result? DR will contain the result. All the result will be present in the DR. Finally, here I'll say con.close is a secondary. But in between, I want to publish this data to user on the browser now. Oh, in a table format. In a table format. I want to create a table and show the data. Are you clearer or not? And this table should be generated manually now. We need to get this table manually. Till now, if you want to create a table, we used to go to source view, and inside of the source view table, by table, like this we used to write. Correct? No, now it's not like this. We need to do it through C# code today. We need to do that through C# code. How you're expecting? I'm expecting a table like this, guys. It should come like this. Table border is equals to 1. Table border is equals to 1 by table. Okay, now inside of it, TR by TR. Under this, TH. How many? 6. First one. Third. City, postcode, country, phone. City. Next, TR by TR. It should be generated for 91 times now. Why? 91 records in the table. Correct. Total 92. Array, this is the first row now. And this is the data rows. Here what should come? 91 data rows. Plus one header row 92 now. But if you want me to write all this code means, it will help for me now. TR, TD, TR, because tomorrow 1000 rows will be there. And we are going to generate it through C# code by loops. By loops, we'll do all these things. Okay now? Well, to do that, first let me explain you about this. Sir, how is the data present in the data reader? First, let us understand about it. How is the data present in the data reader? In a table format. It is present in a table format. How many rows? How many columns? 6 columns. Look at that picture. That is how the data is present. Clear? How many columns? 6 columns are there. How many rows? 91 rows are there. 91 rows, 6 columns. Everything loaded into the data reader. And to access this data, it has a pointer. To access the data, it has a pointer. And remember, guys, the pointer is now pointing to before first or begin of file. Look at that statement there. Where is it pointing to? Before first or begin of file. Same way, this is called after last or end of file. Are you getting me? So where is the pointer now? Open the mouth here. I could see only few people talking, reminding people, what do you have in the mouth? If you're not interested, don't come to the class. Where is the pointer? Before first. It is before first. So if I want to access the data from the data reader, you're required to take the help of the members of the data reader class. What is listed on the right hand side? Watch it. First member. What it will tell you? Number of columns. It will tell you number of columns now. Are you getting me or not? What will tell you? Number of columns. Written type is integer. Alright, now the result is 6 now. Okay, watch it all of you. I will use one by one method and build a table for you. Okay, what I'm using is system.text namespace should be imported for string builder na, using system.text. That's why you're getting error. SB is equals to new string builder. Okay. SB.append. What do you want first? Table. Border is equals to 1. Okay now? Next. SB.append by table. Starting ending tags are there now. In middle, you'll get everything. One by one, you need to add now. Next, in the middle, what do you need to add? First, header row. First, what should I add? Header row. Okay. SB.append tr. SB.append by tr. How many columns are there? But tomorrow 10 columns can be there, yaar. I cannot add one by one now. Correct? See what I'm doing. For int I is equals to 0, I less than dr dot field count. Did you understand me, guys? I'm writing a loop now. Field count, 6 columns. So field, it runs for 6 times now. Now every time it runs, it should create you one th. Correct? What it should create you? One th. So can I write sb.append th? Okay. Next, sb.append by th. Here what should come? Value should come now. Here what should come? Value. So the loop runs for 6 times and 6 columns will be created for us now. Yes or not? Okay, how to get the value? First, did you understand about field count now? It tells you the number of columns. Okay, now how to get the values, sir? I'll tell you. Where are you now? Okay, no problem. If you want to get the data, your pointer should be at a row, but you are not trying to get the data now. You want to get the name of the column. So you don't require to point to any row now. Did you understand what I said here? You want to get the data here. You need to point to a row, but you want to get the column name. No need to point to a row now. So then how can I get the column name? See the second method. Get name. What is it taking? Column index. What is it taking? I asked you. Column index. Integer. What it returns? If you pass the index, it will return your column name now. 0 is the first column. 1 is the second column. 2 is the third column. 4, 5, 6. That's what. So tell me now. Can I write dr dot get name of I? I is your column index now. Understood? Okay. Just a second. Response dot write sb dot toString. All of you can see the output. Are you getting a header row or not? Value did not come. Just a minute. We'll see. Value did not come there. We'll see why we did not get it. I think we did not write sp.append. Yes. Are we written dr.get name directly? Or what we should write? sp.append. That's what we missed it. That's why. See, you see, tr, th all are generated. Value did not come and sit there. Okay, let me stop and run again. I missed the sp.append. That's why I did not get it. And you watch, guys. This is the code for generating the header row now. Align equal to center. Okay, just a minute. sp.append. Should get you all this now. Is that clear? You got it. Now what should come? Data. But data is one row, multiple rows. Okay, how to get the data? I'll tell you. Watch. Where is your pointer pointing? You cannot get the data now. If you want to get the data, you need to move the pointer now. Where, sir? First time, first row, second time, second row, third time, third row, fourth time, fourth row. Like this, you need to move to each and every row now. If that is the case, call the third method. Look, what is the method name? What this method will do, you know? This method will move the pointer here. This method will move the pointer to where, sir? From the current location to the next row. It can be present anywhere now. From the current location to next row. Now you are before first. If I call read, first row. Afterwards, second row. Like this, it will move. Now you have the 91th row. Next, read after last. You're at the 91st row, man. You called read now. Where it was? After last. After last means no data there. Yes or not? So to tell you data present or not, look at the return type of the method. It's a Boolean. If you get true now, what is the meaning, you know? Data is available. If you get false now, the meaning is you reach the end now. You reach the end. Are you getting me? So now I called read. Where will it come? First row. Now you want to get the values now? Tell me. Look at the fourth method. I put them in the sequence correctly for you guys. Get name will tell you column name. Get value will tell you column value now. But names are always strings, but values are not strings. That's a written type is object C. Value can be integer now, value can be character, value can be Boolean. What value will get? I don't know. So that's a value written type is, but name written type is string. Are you clear? You can get the value by calling get value method, or you can use these indexers also. Do you remember? If a class contains an indexer in it, it starts working like an array. It starts working like an array. So you can get the values by any of these three options. First option, dr dot get value of 0 will get you the first column value of the row pointed by the pointer. If the pointer is pointing to first row, you'll get the first row, first column value. If the pointer is pointing to 50th row, first column value. Second way, you can get like this also. Indexer. You can get like this also. There are two indexers here. One is int indexer, one is string indexer. One is int indexer and one is string indexer. You can use any of these two and get it. All three are same, guys. You can try any of these three. Look here. All three are same only. All three will return you object only. Did you understand me or not? Okay, shall we try this now? Okay, now I want to display the first row. We got the header row now. Show me the first row. Okay, I'll show the first row. If you want to get the first row, for row code is same only na. Copy this as it is, paste here, but change this to TD and change this to. That's all. Are you clearer or not? But if I run this, I'll get error now. Why I'll get error? Because your pointer is before first. Watch, guys. You will get error at this now. Why? Because your pointer is before first. This will give you an error. Look. See there? I said you get value, will give you an error. What is the error? See? No data is present. Why? Before first doesn't have data now. So before you do this, what is your job? Call dr.read. When you call dr.read, now tell me, you came to first row or not? Now first row results will come now. Are you clear? Now see, I need to repeat this code for 90 more times. Yes or not? Why that nonsense? That's it. While dr.read, it's a boolean. So execute until you get through now. See, this only I said you earlier. See, in the loops classes, I said you, when you know the exact count, we use for loop. When you don't know the exact count, then we use while loop. While true means until true, get the data. Tomorrow, 1,000 rows present, 10,000 rows present, 10,000 rows present, no problem for me. Why? If I get true, I will get the data. That's it. While true, the loop keeps on running now and executes this code. For every record, one row is created. Okay, run and watch. You must see the whole table now. Look. Are you clear? Basically, this is only what we call dynamic pages. It's a dynamic page now. The page is created based on a user's request or something now. The page is created based on it. The page is not ready-made now. The page is a dynamic page. It is dynamically created. You can see the HTML here. Go to the view page source and all of you can see this is this only I said you in the starting days. You see a beautiful page on the screen. Amazon I opened. I taken to view page source. Read it. I don't understand now. And that is the browser giving you in a meaningful format to you now. See, but this is all what the server sends to you. Today, 91 rows are there. Imagine tomorrow, 1,000 rows are there. All the HTML will come to you now. And this HTML will read by the browser. And browser is going to show you in a meaningful format. Is that clear, all of you? Did you understand about all these methods? Sorry, first one is a property. What is it? Fill count. What it tells you? Number of columns. Second one is a method, get name. What it tells you? The name of a column for the given index, for the given column index. Third, what it does? Moves the pointer from not one to one, current to next. That is the answer, not one to one. What is that? Current to next, and returns you a boolean telling you data existing or not existing. Now, 4, 5, 6 are same. All these three are to get the values only. All these three are to get the values only. Are you getting me? You can try anything you like. Last one. What is the last one? We did not try this now, but actually, in a data reader, I can store multiple tables also. Sir, is it possible? Yes, it is possible. You can have multiple tables in a data reader. How many? Multiple. How, sir? Look. Select star from customers. Okay. Select star from products. There are two separate tables here. This table has 77 records and customer table has 91 records. Correct now? I can put a semicolon and I can pass both these two queries as my command text now. I can pass both these two queries as my command text. In the command text, we done one query only now. No, you can write two queries now, separated with a both will execute and loads you two tables now. Understood or not? See again, I'll put a semicolon. I'll say select star from another table called as employees table. This is a separate table again. If I write a query like this, if I use this particular statement in my command, it will load me all the three tables into the data reader. Are you getting me? But by default, you'll be pointing to first table. By default, you'll be pointing to first table. After completing first table, you want to come to second table or not? After completing second table, you want to come to third table or not? Next result. Array read will take you to next row. Next result will take you to next table. Did you understand or not? Read will take you to next row. Next result will take you to next table. Next row, next table. That's how it navigate. Point clear or not? One will take you to next row and one will take you to next table. That is how it is just going to give you the appropriate things now. Next row and next table. Hope I am clear, all of you. Yes or not? So I will show you how to load next multiple tables. Then I will tell you next result. But now I showed you all these things now. Are you clear working with the data reader, all of you? You can see what I explained you today is about the command class. First, constructors. Next, properties. The two ways of creating the connection object. Are you clear? Yes or not? What do you pass here? Instance of connection class. You're going to pass the instance of the connection class. Okay. And see, it's calling a store procedure. I said you record execute this statement now. You record use this statement. Then three methods. Execute reader, execute scalar, execute non-query. And below that, I given the description for execute reader, execute scalar, execute non-query event to use. And now, just now I explained you, get name, read, field count, next result, get value. And finally, in the get value here, I said you, all three are same here. Understood? What it did not show you? Next result I did not show you because right now we have only one table. If you have multiple table, next result will come into picture. And see, to test the examples in the document, first download northwind.sql to create Northwind database of your Google Classroom and run the SQL file. And to do that, double click on the .sql file, which will prompt for credentials to open under Management Studio. After it got open, execute the code, which will create the Northwind database on your SQL server. Are you guys clearer? Okay, I am uploading this to all. Guys, have you downloaded the Excel document? Are you able to? Some people were not able to download it because it is in a RAR format, man. You require to download the RAR file and you require to have WinRAR software on your machine. Okay, I'll do one thing. If at all you have the confusion, if you're facing a problem, let me upload you the Excel file without the folder. I uploaded with folder. Let me upload without a folder. Okay, I add the RAR file. I'm leaving the RAR file like that. I'm also uploading the Excel file for you. E drive. Yeah, while uploading, we cannot select a folder. While uploading, you cannot select a folder. You can select only files. That's why what it had done is I just made the RAR and uploaded it. Okay, I'm uploading the file. Okay, both are there. With folder, if you download this, create a folder called Excel docs and put the file into the folder. Okay, now. Northwind database script file. I shown you this is a simple SQL file, okay? Download that SQL file. That's it. Download the SQL file. Just a minute. Okay. I uploaded the Northwind database for you. You can download it. Are you guys clear? Okay. This is an example code, what I shown you right now. Okay. Now we'll try one more. We'll try another example now. What I just wanted to show you now is, I wanted to show you like creating our own database now. Creating our own database. So the second example I'm showing you is creating your own database now without using the Northwind database. And we'll create our own table and we'll try to perform some CRUD operations. We'll try to perform some CRUD operations like selecting, inserting, updating, deleting. Just to make you understand, the first example I shown you only how to do a select operation. Only a select operation, but I just wanted to demonstrate about inserting, updating, and deleting. Are you guys clear? What will you do now is just go for creating a new database on your SQL server. Creating a new database on your SQL server. And you guys, I hope you guys are aware like how to create a database on SQL server. I don't require to teach you about creating a database on SQL server. Okay, just a second. Okay, all of you who have not attended for SQL classes, for them, just watch it. How do you create a database? It's a simple process, man. Open the management studio. Log in with your credentials. In the left-hand side, you'll find Object Explorer. Just like our Solution Explorer, you'll be finding a Object Explorer. Open that. You'll find a node called Databases. Right-click, New Database. Create a new database. Okay. I want to create a database with the name called as ASPDB. I think yes, ASPDB. Just a minute here. I have this database already here for my old batch. Let me delete it first. Okay. Observe, right click. Will open a window and ask you for the database name. Enter the name. ASPDB. Don't do anything. Just click on the create button in the bottom. That's all. Just a database name and create. That's all. Database is created. Now on this database, I want to create a tables. I want to create the tables. Simple, guys. Here is your database now. You'll be finding a new query button here. You'll find a new query button here. I've given all the things in the notes. Click on the new query. Will open you a window. Make sure it is pointing to your database because it will show you the list of all the databases here. Make sure you're pointing to your database. What is your database? Now let us create a set of tables here. I want to create a table with the name called as a department table. What is the column name? Data type. And it is a primary key column. Primary key column means no duplicates allowed, no null values allowed. No duplicates allowed, no null values allowed. And another thing called identity. Auto generation. What is 10, 10? The first record starts with 10 and increments by 10. So this department number ID, this department ID will be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. That's how it generates automatically to you. Start with 10, increment by 10. Second column, third column, location. Just 3 columns in this. Table created. Just execute. Click on the execute, table created. Okay, all of you. I want to insert some records in this table now. What do you want to insert? Yeah, I want to insert some records. You want to insert now, when you're inserting, insert values for name and location only, not for ID. ID is auto generation. I given that script also in this to insert the records, guys. You can copy paste it here and click on execute. It'll execute you and inserts the record. See, all of you, the department ID is auto generated. Check. And 20, 30, 40. Why? I said start from 10, increment by 10 now. 10, 20, 30, 40. Just copy paste that and execute, man. That's all. Are you clear? I want to create another table called employee table. What is that? Employee table. This employee table will have a different set of columns now. What is it? Employee ID, employee name, job, salary, status. Remember, status. Every table will maintain a status column. Okay. And the 6th column is department ID. What is department ID? Every employee belongs to some department, man. Every employee should be working in some department in the organization now. Are you clear? So the department ID should be given with a value. And what value I can give? Only these 4 values only. Employee ID 1001 here. Employee name Scott. Job is manager. Salary is 50,000. Status is true. And coming to department ID, I want to store 50. Not allowed. Why? The department ID should be an existing department in the organization. Are you getting me or not? You are taking an admission in a college for some engineering. In that engineering, they don't have that specialization, but giving you a seat now. That college doesn't have that specialization at all, and they're giving a seat for you now. Valid? No, you can take admission only for what is available, what specializations are available. Exactly, every employee should be under only some existing department now. You cannot give whatever department you want. So it should be only from these 4 now. It should be only from these 4. So we need to link the 2 tables now. So guys, this is the employee table creation code. Observe, all of you. What is the table name? Integer. Again, primary key. This also has identity. Start from increment by 1. So 101, 102, 103, like this will be the IDs now. Second column, name. Third column, job. Fourth column, salary. These are all SQL Server data types. String is called varchar. Size should be specified. Double. Money. Now see, department ID. All of you focus, department ID. Department ID is integer. And this is referencing the department table, department ID. Referencing the department table, department ID. What is this, sir? If we call this as a foreign key. If I use this, you cannot enter a value into this column, which is not existing in the department table now. Means I'm telling this column should refer to. If I get 50 now, it will go here and check now. If I get 50 here, it will go and check here now. It will check here now. 50 existing now? No, not existing. So it won't allow you. Understood or not? So that is why we are linking up the two tables. Let me create my second table also. So I created two tables here, but I'm not inserting any data into the second table. Why, sir? I want to do it from our ASP.NET application. That is the requirement. Where you want to do it from? ASP.NET application. I want to create an ASP.NET application now for inserting records into the employee table. Are you clear? Departments are fixed here. Now employee data is there. Some 10,000, 20,000 employee data is there. So now they asked you to develop an application and do it. See, every day new employee joins now. Whenever an employee joins, I will open my application, fill in the details and store in the database. Are you guys clear? This is what exactly my requirement is. This is what exactly my requirement is. Okay now? Fine, guys. The two tables are ready. Now let's create a web form like this. Watch. Employee ID. Text box. And it is read only, man. Why, sir? Employee ID is auto generation. You cannot enter now. So leave that. What you can enter? Name. What you can enter? Job. What you can enter? Salary. What you can not enter? You need to select the department now. See now, when user manually enters, you can enter 50, 60, 70, 80 something. But that is why we are creating user interfaces without the user to make a mistake now. For the user, I will show the departments now. These are the departments. Select from here. Are you clear? That's why I'm using here depart drop down. The drop down will load you all the 4 departments. Select it. And while loading, while showing also, what should I show to the user? ID or name? ID or name? Name. Who will understand ID? You know, I know what is ID. We are a developer. End user don't know that. That means which department? How will end user know that? IDs are for a developer, not for user. What should I know? Name. So now understand. ID should be the value. Name should be the text. Drop down has 2 things now. Value, text. What is the text? Name. What is ID? Value. But when I'm inserting in the table, I won't insert the text. I insert the value. Do you understand me? That is why drop down has given you 2 options to you like that. What is visible to user? Sorry. What is understandable to user? Name. Name. What is understandable system? ID. System doesn't require name. System requires ID. So what I store in my table, ID. But what I show to user is name. So here, text will be name. Value will be ID. User will select the text now and the corresponding value will go and sit in the table. The corresponding value will go and sit in the table now. Are you clear? Let me design this first. Let me design this. I'm getting a form, guys. What is the database? Table name. What are you doing? Are you clear? That's what I said. I'm giving meaningful names tomorrow. You look at the names, you should understand. Okay, you are dealing with so-and-so database, so-and-so table, so-and-so operation. Okay. Come on, let's do it. Let's add a web form. ASPDB underscore employee underscore insert. Look here. Now, what is my requirement? I want to create a UI. I want to design a UI. And this is a UI. Okay. This is HTML code. Let me copy paste. Look, guys. ID. Text box. Non-editable. Name. Text box. Job. Text box. Salary. Text box. Department ID. What is the name of it? TDL department. Run it server and just setting some width. Nothing other width is only to match with the text box size there. That's it. Nothing matter about it. You can see a blank form. What I created is a blank form. Is my form. Array, the size is not matching. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to match there. That's all. Okay. Clear? Now, for the first time when I designed the page, that's all. When the first time I load the page now, I need my focus to be present in the e-name text box, not in the ID text box. ID is non-editable, see? I want in the name text box. Okay now? Right click, view code. If not, is post back. Text name dot focus. Are you clear? At the same time, I even want the drop down to be loaded with all the departments. Understood or not? See, where is the focus? And this drop down should load with all the departments here, because tomorrow I will enter a name here, I will enter the job here, I will enter the salary here, and I will select a department here now. Clear? So what's the drop down should contain? All the departments loaded. How many departments are there? Load everything into the drop down. And all this should happen in the load event only. Okay now? Well, now tell me, which one shall I use? ODBC, OLDB, SQL client. No questions here. Always we'll use SQL client only. But anything can be used. That's why in the first example I shown you about that. In the previous example, if you want, you can convert that into OLDB. Nothing, no need to change any code. Wherever we use SQL client, change it as OLDB and add the provider name, the code works as it is. Want to give it a try? Try. What do? You import the SQL client now, change that to OLDB. You use the SQL connection now, change to OLDB connection. SQL command to OLDB command. SQL data reader to OLDB data reader. And the connection string, add the provider. That's all. It works. Test it if you want. Is that clear? If you want to try ODBC, configure the DSN, change the names to ODBC, remove the whole connection string and write DSN is equals to DSN name. It works. Okay, I'm giving a task to all of you. Try. Clearer or not? Try. Change that code. The previous morning's example. Change the code to OLDB and try. Change the code to ODBC and also try. All should work for you. Okay? Come on. So, using SQL client. Now, generally, when you write the code, remember the steps here. The first step, import the required namespace. Second step, whatever classes you wanted to use, declare them first. Declare them first. Go for a global declaration. I'll tell you the reason in the end, but go for a global declaration. What do you need? One connection I need, one command I need, one data reader I need. Correct? What do you need? One connection, one command, one data reader. Clear now? Okay. I need all these three. Here, in the load event, I'm writing con is equals to new SQL connection. Someone, what's the database? Previous example is Northwind. This example it is ASPDB. Guys, can I write this connection in two statements, two separate lines? Array, can I write this in two separate lines? We already tried it now. Command also we can write in separate lines now. We did not try that. Let's try. Default constructor. One. Are you clear? CMD dot command text is equals to your query. Your query now. Understood? Okay. But listen, I'm not writing the query here. I'm not writing the query. Just focus on that, all of you. What happens in the page load event? Connection created, command created, connection and command are bound with each other. And if it is a first request, focus will be on the text box. First request, not for the next request, no, only for first request. But in every request, those 3 lines will execute. What? Connection, command, and binding. What is missing? Command text is missing. What is missing? I'll tell you why I did not write the command text. Just notice carefully. Now, I want to write the code and load the values into the drop down. I want to write the code and load the values into the drop down. Are you getting me or not? Okay. And to do that, I'm writing a separate method. What is the method? Carefully watch it. What is the method name? Load department. Load department. In this, what I'm doing, see, cmd.command text is equals to, I will write the select statement here now. What is that statement? Select department ID, department name from department table. From department table. If you want, you can add this order by. In your default, you'll get it, but still. Department ID, comma, department name from department table, order by department ID. Okay. Again, con dot open. Next, dr is equals to cmd dot execute reader. Dr is equals to cmd dot execute reader. Where is the data? Data reader. Guys, do you remember this? For a drop down list, list box, check list box, and all, I've shown you loading data from XML. First, I loaded all the data into data set and I bound the data set to your drop down list. Same now. Not data set, we are going to bind the data reader today. On the day we bound the data set, and today we are going to bind the data reader. Difference, data set got the data from XML file. Data reader got the data from database now. Okay, what to do? DDL department dot. Okay, data source is equals to dr. DDL department dot. Data text field is equals to. What is the text field? Dname. DDL dpt dot. Data value field is equals to. What is the value field? DID. DDL department dot. Data bind. Bind the data. Bind the data. DDL department dot items dot insert. Insert what? 0th position. What to insert? Select. I explained all these things to you already in your controls classes. And finally, con dot closing the connection. And all this code is in a method now. This method, I want to execute only one time here, first time only. So come back and execute in the load event. See now, the execution starts from here. Okay, let's have a breakpoint here. Come on, run. What is happening? Connection object created. Command object created. Connection and command are bound with each other. Okay, now it is checking the condition. Is not postback. Yes, it is not a postback. Then goes to load DEPT. Come on, let's go to load DEPT. Array in the load DEPT. See now, you are setting the command text now. Command object created already now. Command text. Open the connection. Loading the data into data reader. Binding it to drop down list. Closing the connection, coming back, setting the focus into the name text box. Check it out. Is that clear? Yes or not? Okay. Why did you write it separately, sir? Generally, when you're writing the code, don't write off all code in one place here. It will be confusing to understand. Try to see the concept of methods is that only smaller blocks. Tomorrow, I want to reload data. simply you can call the load data method for the second time now. No need to repeat this code now. Did you catch my point or not? For some reason, yeah, for some reason, one department is deleted, but still showing here now. In that scenario, I need to call a reload. Or when I want to reload, will you write all code again? Huh? Simple call load DPT. It will reload you the data now. That is why I put in a separate method. And I'm calling this method only for one time. When not is postback. See, tomorrow, because I written there, if I say select sales now, and if I click on any of this, see, I click on any of this, watch carefully, guys. What is happening? Connection created, command created, object is set, not a postback, so did not go there, and data is not reloaded. Because data is not reloaded, sales is remaining like this. If I don't put this condition, what will happen? It will reload the data, and again you will see select department. Means your existing selection will be lost now. Understood me or not? You want to lose the selection? No, the existing selection should not lose. That is why we have used is postback and implemented the code. Understood all of you? Okay, what next? No, we cannot enter the data there. We cannot enter the data there. We need to enter the data from here. That's it. Correct now? Okay, I'm entering Raju, manager, some 50,000. And here I'll select a department, like a marketing department. And now I'll click on, and I click on insert. This record should be inserted in the table now. What should insert? Raju, manager, 50,000 and a 10, not manage marketing. What should go? 10 should go to the table. Once it goes to the table, table will generate 101. Table will generate, and that 101 should come back into my text box. Once the insert is completed, what should happen? See, always IDs are auto-generated. Once the creation happens, ID comes back now. Did you understand me or not? Record insertion completed. Now, ID generated. That ID should come back and display in the text box. Hope you guys are clear. Understood me or not? Understood? Well, so that is going to come back, and once the ID should be generated. All this should happen in the insert. Shall we write the logic for insert now? Come on, let's go to insert. Code for reset now. I don't want to give any explanation for reset. I'll copy paste the code of reset, man. See what I'm doing. First line. Second. Drop down list selection should change to select department now. The focusing. Only pending is insert. We'll write the code here. Tell me, guys, when you click on the insert, it should insert a record. Correct now? But insert requires a department to be selected to for sure. Agree or not? Mandatory or not mandatory? So first I'm checking with the condition. If department dot selected index is greater than 0, then only come inside and execute the code. No, it is not equal to 0. So it's not greater than 0. Equal to 0. Equal to 0 means select the department. You cannot do that now. Yes or not? Select a department. That is what? So I cannot insert the record. So if it is select department, I come to else part now. And in the else part, I want to show the message. What? Please select a department. Please select a department. So guys, I'm just giving a alert message there. Just shows. So tomorrow, if the user did not select a department and click on the insert button, automatically that message should come now. Remove the breakpoint. See guys, I'm not selecting the department. I'll click on insert. Choose a department first. If I choose a department and click on insert, see that alert message did not come now. And we did not still write the code for inserting, man. Is it clear or not? Condition checkings are very, very important and crucial. Tomorrow, if you don't follow this proper conditioning, Junk data will go and sit in the tables. Be careful. Are you getting me? Junk data will go and sit off in the tables. Be careful with this. So condition checks are very, very crucial and important. Okay now? What next? Now I need to insert a record. So cmd dot command text is equals to, what is it? Command text is equals to, here you're required to write one insert statement now. What are you required to write? Insert. Shall I? Dollar. I'm using a dollar there. Watch it. I'm using string interpolation. Insert into which table? Employee table. Specify the column names first. Specify the column names. That's always a good habit. Tomorrow, when you look into your code, array, what columns, what values, you understand. You directly give values, which value, which column, you don't know. So when you are developing application, make this as a habit, all of you. Always make the habit of specifying the column names and values. So what are the column names? E-name, job, salary, department ID. That's it now. Employee ID is auto generation. Employee ID is a auto generation. I think, okay, we don't have a status column. We did not maintain the status column in our table. Okay, ignore it. We don't have a status column. So what is required? Name, job, salary, department ID. Sorry. Well, guys, next values. What are the values? Careful listen. What is the value? First value is the text box 1.text. I entered Raju there. Array, for the first time, entered Raju. Can I write like this? Huh? No, na. What you should write? txt name.text. But remember, your statement is in the double quote. When your statement is in the double quote, if you write txt name.text, the value won't come there. That is why I used a dollar sign in the starting. String interpolation. What would do? Curly braces. Understood? But this is a string now. You need a single quote now. Array, don't forget, be careful. Single quote. Single quote. Okay, comma. Second one. Job. Job. Same process. Single quote. Curly brace. txt job dot text. Okay, na? Comma. Why single quote? Salary, why single quote now? But salary, why you need single quote, man? Curly braces. txt salary dot text. Curly braces, DDL department dot selected value. Remember, it will return you the value now. What value? 10 or 20 or 30 or 40. Did you understand how to write your statement now? If I don't use that string interpolation, say from 6.0, your job became easier. If you don't have that string interpolation, you're required to use that older cell. Remember, double quotes, concatenation operators, commas, array, it will become a big headache here. Now the code becomes simple and easy with string interpolation because we can directly substitute variables and expressions inside a string, putting in the curly braces now. Is the statement correctly generated or not? Let us check once. Is the statement correctly generated or not? Let us check once, because you send a wrong statement to the database. Again, you'll get back with an error. Without that, is the statement correct or not? How do you check? Alert. Sorry. Response.write. cmd.command text. I'm printing that on the monitor, man. I'm printing that on the monitor. That's it. Fill the values. So I did not select the department. It will give me a message. Now I'll select the department number. Look. Any mistakes in that? All of you, before executing the code, once print on the monitor and check it out. Every time you don't record to check here, one time you check enough now, second time same only will repeat now. One time be careful. Because if error is occurring, you don't know where the error came, means where you must be comma there, single quote there, that will be a confusion for you. That is why first time print on the monitor and check whether the statement is correctly generated or not. Yes, correctly generated. Now I can safely send it to the database for execution. Agree? Watch, guys. Con dot open. Open the connection now. What is this? Insert statement means non-query. Non-query, correct? CMD dot execute non-query. What it returns you? Number of rows affected. Can I write like this? If CMD dot execute non-query greater than 0 means success or failure. Success. It is success. Greater than 0 is success. Else, it's a failure, right? If it is a failure, I want to give you an alert. If it is a failure, I just wanted to give you a alert. No, I came off too long. I'm copying only alert messages, that's all. Response dot write, alert, failed inserting a record into the table. Are you clear? No, it is success. It is success, huh? Yes, it is success. Okay, then, if it is success, do one thing. Go to the database and get the last inserted employee ID and display it in my text box. Are you clear? Come on. CMD dot command text is equals to select max of employee ID from employee. What is max of employee ID? The last one is max of employee ID now. Yes or not? See now, command text is equals to select max of employee ID from employee. I'm just going to get the maximum employee ID. What next? CMD dot execute scalar. Single value select statement. See, I used all three now. Execute reader, execute non-query, execute scalar, single value. Correct now? Execute scalar. Return type is object. So I'm calling dot to string and assigning this value to the text box. txt id dot text is equals to. Did you guys understand or not? Once the insert operation is completed successfully, see, why I put this in the if condition? If success only you get me, otherwise why to get now? If success, go to database and get me the last one. Excuse me. Which class? Wait. Okay. So you're just trying to get the ID back now and display in the text box. Following me? Once all you're done, what you'll do is close your connection. Once you're done with all these things, con dot close your connection. Close your connection. Okay. Observe it, all of you. I'm putting a breakpoint. Run the code. Come on. Filling the values. Insert. Is the department selected? Yes. Okay. Insert. Con dot open. Execute non-query. Completed, man. You want to see that? Your employee table doesn't have any records now? The record is inserted, see, 101. Next record will be 102. And see the department ID. What I select is marketing, but what comes is 10. Okay now? And now it is going to go back and get that value now. Check it out. Clear? I don't have a breakpoint now, guys. Insert. Check. Clearer or not? Okay, I'm just going to enter a name here and I'll choose a different department, accounting. Insert. So I'm inserting multiple records now. Are you clearer or not? Okay, I can insert multiple records into the appropriate table. Okay, so one more. Finance, insert. There are 4 records in your table. Go and check. 101, 102, 103, 104. Are you clear with insert operation? Tell me. Understood now? Try this. Tomorrow, the same table will try doing update and deletes. How to update the record, how to delete the record. All these things we'll see. Okay now? Let's start, guys. See you tomorrow.